A single mother saved a millionaire buried alive in the woods, but what he whispered made them both cry. It was supposed to be just another tiring walk home, a cold evening, thick fog hugging the trees, and Maya, a single mother, returning from her third cleaning shift of the day. Her hands were numb, her back ached. But the thought of her little boy waiting at home kept her feet moving. She passed the same forest she always avoided after dark. But this time, something was different. A sound. Faint. Muffled. Like someone calling for help. She stopped, heart pounding, eyes scanning the trees. Then she heard it again. Please. Help. Most would have run. But Maya. She stepped closer. Maya's breath trembled as she pushed through the underbrush, her footsteps silent but her heart thundering in her chest. The sound was clearer now, a whisper, a man's voice choked and desperate. Then she saw it, a patch of freshly disturbed soil, torn leaves, and something moving beneath the dirt. Her instincts screamed to run, but her soul whispered, "Help!" Dropping to her knees, Maya clawed at the earth with bare hands, fingernails split, palms bleeding. She dug like her own child was buried there. After what felt like forever, a face appeared, pale, dirt-streaked, eyes wide with panic. "You found me," he gasped. Maya pulled harder, helped him out. The man collapsed into her arms, trembling, cold, broken. She had no idea who he was, no clue how he ended up buried alive in the woods. But in that moment, none of it mattered. She just whispered, "You're safe now. I've got you." Maya brought the man to her small home, a one-room shelter barely big enough for her and her son. But she didn't hesitate. She laid him on her own bed, wrapped him in blankets, and tended to his wounds. Her son, Arav, watched silently from the corner. "Mama, who is he?" Maya only said, "Someone who needed help, baby." That night the man barely spoke, just whispered, "Thank you. You saved my life." Days passed. Slowly, strength returned to his body, but behind his eyes, pain, trauma, secrets. Then one evening, as the sun melted into the hills, he finally spoke. His name was Adrian, a successful millionaire, CEO, real estate mogul, but also the target of betrayal. My partner, my best friend, tried to kill me. They buried me alive, for money, for power. His voice cracked. But you, Maya, a stranger, you gave me life again. And then he said something that made Maya freeze. "Do you remember 7 years ago? You gave a man a blanket outside a hospital?" Her eyes widened. "That was me." Silence. Tears filled her eyes. "I never forgot your kindness. And now, you've saved me twice." Maya sat silently, her hands trembling. The man she saved was the same man she once helped when she had nothing. I didn't even remember," she whispered. "That night I just saw someone cold, someone alone." Adrian's eyes softened. "And that's what saved me. You gave, without expecting." He looked around her modest home, the peeling paint, the broken heater, the worn-out shoes by the door. "You've been fighting alone for so long, haven't you?" She didn't answer, but her eyes, wet and tired, said everything. That night, Adrian stood at the door and said just 5 words. "I'm not leaving you behind." The next morning, everything changed. A car waited outside, black, sleek, unfamiliar. Men in suits stood by respectfully. "I want to repay you," Adrian said, his voice steady. "Not with money, but with a new life." He offered Maya a job, managing a property he owned, a full-time salary, a proper home, a future for Arav, and more than that, dignity. Maya hesitated, her voice cracking. "Why me? I'm just ordinary." Adrian smiled. "You're not ordinary, Maya. You're rare, and rare people deserve a rare life. 1 year had passed. Maya was no longer the invisible woman walking home in silence. She now lived in a warm, cozy home with curtains that danced in the breeze, a garden where Arav laughed freely, no longer a child who had to grow up too fast. And yet, sometimes, when the wind was just right, she'd still hear that whisper, "Please, help." Not from the forest, but from her memories, from the ghosts of struggle that still lingered in her heart. Adrian had changed her life, gave her a chance most people never get, but he never spoke much about them, the ones who buried him. Some things, he'd say, are better left in the ground. But the past has roots, and some roots break through the soil no matter how deep you bury them. One evening, as Maya was watering the plants, she saw a black car parked at a distance, tinted windows, engines still running. Watching, she froze. The garden hose dropped from her hand, and from the shadows, a man stepped out. Not Adrian, not a stranger either. It was the man from the hospital, the one who had argued with Adrian, the one with eyes too calm, too cold. He looked at Maya and simply said, "Tell Adrian, he can't hide forever." That night, Adrian returned home later than usual. He looked tired, worried, and for the first time since she had known him, Maya saw fear in his eyes. "They've found me." She sat beside him, heart pounding. "What do they want?" Adrian looked out the window, voice barely a whisper. "Not what they want, who they want." Maya's stomach turned. Her son's laughter echoed from the next room. Innocent, unaware. And that's when Adrian turned to her and said, "There's something I need to tell you, Maya. Something I should have said long ago." Just when Maya thought her story had found peace, the truth came knocking again. What did Adrian hide all this time? And why? Is Maya now in danger? The story is far from over. Subscribe and turn on the bell icon, because in the next episode, secrets will rise from the grave. Drian's voice trembled. "The men who buried me, I used to be one of them." Maya didn't speak. Her breath caught in her throat. Her eyes searched his, as if hoping he was lying. But he wasn't. Adrian looked down at his hands, the same hands that once saved her, now shaking. "I worked for a private group. Not military, not government. We were trained to eliminate threats and to protect secrets." "What kind of secrets?" Maya asked. He paused. "The kind that could destroy people or control them." He stood, walked to the window. "But something changed. I saw what we were doing. I saw who we were becoming, so I walked away." "You don't walk away from people like that. They buried me alive, to silence me." Maya clutched her chest. "Then why are they back now?" Adrian turned, his eyes heavy with regret. "Because the secret didn't die in that forest." He reached into a hidden compartment under the floorboard, pulled out a black, weathered briefcase, locked with a code. "Inside this is everything. Names, locations, proof." "Why show me this?" Maya asked. "Because they think you have it." Her blood ran cold. "What?" "They've been watching you, Maya. The day you saved me was the day they marked you." Maya stumbled back, shaking her head. "Number, I just wanted to help. I never asked for this." Adrian stepped closer, voice low. "Listen to me. We don't run anymore. We reveal the truth. We finish this." But then, boom, a loud crash outside. Arav screamed from his room. Maya and Adrian rushed toward the sound. The window was shattered. A small drone lay smoking on the floor, with a blinking red light. A note attached. "One more step, and the boy pays." Maya dropped to her knees. Adrian grabbed the briefcase. "We don't have time." He turned to her. "There's one place left. The only person I can trust." Maya looked up, eyes burning with fear and fury. "Then take us there." Adrian nodded. "But once we go, there's no turning back. The truth is no longer buried, but exposing it. might cost them everything. In the next episode, the chase begins. Run, hide, or fight back. The story is far from over. Subscribe and turn on the bell icon. For next episode, part series,